I am still dancing on the feelings that you gave me. I am still dancing on the feelings that you give me. I've been staring at the sea, 'cause all of the waves, they keep chasing after me. Even though we are out of reach, I can feel the water on my feet. The things that you said to me, they will grow inside the make-believe. I am still dancing on the feelings that you gave me. I am still dancing on the feelings that you give me.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back for another episode of Those Two Nerds podcast. We already got some active chatters as we wait, but before we do any of that, we're here. We're live. I'm Vera Coach, joined by the also handsome, beautiful
Nictus from Nictus Plays Games.
Yep, and we will be talking today. And if anybody can guess what our reference is to our title, we're gonna see how much you guys pay attention. Our title today is Those Two Nerds, episode 25. What's better than 24? 25. So, if you guys can tell us where that reference is from, extra raffle ticket.
What's going on, Sean? What's going on, One True Villain? Shocker.
Shocker, yep.
Looks like Julia's here. Maggie's here. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in on your Sunday afternoon. It is cold as butthole out there today on the East Coast here.
Dude,
where we're at, it is cold.
It was bad. It was bad yesterday when we had the freezing rain, and then it was just raining outside. Like, I was late to work because of it. Like, because I was sitting there scraping off my car because I was like, yeah, it's just raining outside.
That's the worst part of winter, right?
Yeah.
It's not the snow. It's not even really the driving in it. It's when you got to get up and scrape your freaking car off. That sucks because I don't have automatic start on my car, and that will be remedied at some point, maybe this summer. I don't know.
It's all good. But Sean, welcome. Yeah, we do got some followers. We got some loyal family here. You guys are like a brother to us, or sister, or
whatever.
Creepy uncle.
Yeah, whatever you identify as, that's fine.
Yep.
We love all of you, just the way that you are.
Yeah. So, how's the week? How was the week? Because I mean, we talked about it before we got over here. That like it feels like it's been a long time since we did a podcast.
I feel like it's been 2 weeks since we've seen you guys, and that's not true. We were on the air last week.
Yeah.
We have not missed a week. We've been here every week.
Yeah, and we continue to be here every week. That way, you guys know for sure that we're loyal to you guys. And if we miss a week, that's one step we move backwards and to get in a tuxedo live stream.
Tuxedo live party.
So, but you guys have been awesome. You guys are actually on time today, so kudos to you guys.
Well, there's a couple people who I know will be here, so but they're not yet. Last week we did the Ring Fit thing, so you actually tried it.
Yes.
I made a bet with you. I lost, but man, was that the best money that I've ever lost in my life. So now you played it on like a pretty challenging difficulty level. What did you think?
So I played. So we'll first explain the bet. So we were sitting here and no drinks were involved.
No alcohol at all.
And we were sitting there. We just got done eating Taco Bell. And I just had a big meal. And he was sitting there, like I was making jokes like the Ring Fit's not hard. And he was like, oh, you can't do level 25. He said, I would pay you $100 if you can do level 25. So I said, all right, bring it over. Let's go. We're going for it. We end up getting it out, playing it. I had to lie because I don't exercise every day or whatever the thing was. So we hit level 25, and I'm in these shorts, t-shirt, and like a pink headband, supporting breast cancer awareness.
We were gonna record it, but nobody wanted to see that.
Yeah. And, so after a long grind, and we finally did it, but full of laughs. Everybody was laughing. Whole family was there watching, so it was a good time. But I will say, initial thoughts, it knows when you cheat. But it also, you feel good after it. It's definitely a feel good feeling. I would say after trying Ring Fit, I recommend it to everybody. Like, it doesn't matter if you're overweight, even physically really all that active. Just get it just because it's fun. It's a neat little adventure game. I thought just kind of doing the whole running, like I would, if they just had parts in it where you can just run, I'm just going to run for the day. I'm not going to do squats, not going to do anything like that. I'd do that because it was fun to run around and like jump up and down and all that stuff. So
I played a couple of the mini games with your sisters, and I was better than them. And your one sister is fit. Yeah. Like she played volleyball. She's on cross country. Like she is used to exercise.
Yeah.
And I beat her.
Yeah.
So that felt good.
Yeah. No, it was a blast to play, and like I said, I recommend it to everybody. You can't go wrong with this game.
Okay. So yeah, there you have it. Like he was like, no, it's dumb. You're not gonna. Nope. It's easy.
And
so easy.
And I can finally push the ring all the way together.
All the way together.
I don't have it to demonstrate. Like
he learned how to do it.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. It was the best $100 I ever lost in my life because honestly, I didn't think that he'd make it through the last boss fight.
Yeah, it was bad.
You looked sad during the last boss fight.
The last boss fight, you have to do 9 workouts just to kill him, and you can keep doing the same one. Like, not the same one, but you can do like the same 2. You can rotate back and forth. Because there was 2, I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I did the squats and almost fell over. Like, after doing them like 50 times. So I was like, there ain't no way I'm gonna make it through this one.
All right, so Ring Fit Adventure. I currently use it a lot. He tried it on the hardest difficulty level, but he's actually been going to like the real gym.
Yeah.
So
trying whenever I can. After starting my new job here not this upcoming week, but next week. On to Great Adventures, the first full-time job that I've ever had in my life. So hopefully it's not too bad. But don't worry, guys. It gives me more time Saturday and Sundays to mentally prepare and not go on air 5 minutes before and say, hey, what are we talking about today? So,
the best is when you're going to try to get your streaming schedule on course too.
Yeah.
When you're not used to that going to work.
Yeah.
Well, like normal people go to work and then come home. Like you're used to working on the weekends, maybe picking up a couple day shifts here and there. And this is going to be 40 hours plus a week. And then you're like, and I saw your stream schedule, right? And I'm like, there's no way you can way you can upkeep that and a full-time job. Not going to happen.
I did get some actual good news over the weekend after meeting with the recruiter. So the first week will be the toughest week. I'm going to give it like the code name Hell Week because us as gamers, we don't wake up at 8:30.
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
I have to wake up at 6. It's hard.
Yeah. So the first week is I have to be there at 8:30 to 5:30.
Oh,
hour lunch. So I got an hour to grind out some Switch Stardew Valley, which we'll get to that later. So that's the first week, and then after that it's 11 to 7. So like no traffic driving in, no traffic driving home. So I don't think the stream schedule will be affected too much because the way I look at it, and this is probably a terrible way to look at it, is I can go to bed at 4 a.m. and still get 6 hours of sleep.
6 hours is good.
That's what I'm saying. Like
when you're under 30, 6 hours is like all you need. You're good.
I mean, there's been multiple times where I go serve.
Sometimes you're like 5 hours is all you need. I remember when I was in like my college age years, and even up until like my early 30s, like I could stay out all night and then still get up at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. No problem. I was out till 4 or 5 in the morning drinking, and then I get up and I'm like, I gotta open the store the next morning. I'll be fine. It's no big deal.
I'll be fine.
But you had a point where you're just like, nope,
whoa.
that is hard, and I don't want to do that anymore.
No, when I found out about like getting there at 11, it doesn't change my schedule that I have now. So 20s, yeah. There's multiple times where I don't even go to bed. I just get up and go.
Not just functional, Sean. Like completely highly functional. Like your motor skills are still fine.
Yeah.
Your ability to socialize is fine. You're not cranky. You're completely normal.
Not sitting there driving your car and be like.
But now I was sitting here last night. I was playing. Actually, I want to talk about this in a little bit. I was playing this game I got, and it's actually a really like weird but cool game.
Yeah.
And I started playing it because I was like, they're like, you could finish this in 2 hours. That's what some guy told me online. I'm like, all right, well, it might take me 3. It was like 5 hours, but I wanted to see the end of the game. Like I was so invested in it that I had to see the end of it. And I'm like kind of dozing off a couple of times, and I'm like smacking myself in the face. I'm getting up. I'm going outside to 16-degree weather just so I could like wake up and finish this game.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did. I finished it. It's the first game I completed of 2019. I got all my gamer
2019?
stats. 2020. 2020. I got my stats from last year. And I thought I played way more PlayStation than it says that I did. But my time was split between PlayStation and Switch. And I only put about 600 total hours in, which I'm a gamer. That's sad. I should have had at least 1,000 hours.
I had 1,200 hours in Call of Duty. One Call of Duty. 12
just on Call of Duty.
Call of Duty 4.
Where did you get that stat from?
The PS4 thing.
That is depressing.
Yeah, like I had 12.
But you didn't play really anything else.
No, I mean I played League like at the nighttime. Like I probably played like 3 to 4 hours of League a night. But I was playing Call of Duty. Like my schedule was pretty much this when I was playing Call of Duty like competitively. It was get up at like 10ish. Either if I'm not working, I would play from like 10 to like 11 o'clock at night, and then play League from 11 to like 3. So like I would go to bed and then wake up. So it was bad. Like I was on a terrible schedule. But yeah, I played a lot of video.
We didn't see you a lot.
When you get your late 30s and 40s, you're ready to get to 7-8 hours in order to function.
Yeah.
I mean,
when you start getting past like 35, 36, whew,
I think it's just so hard.
I need to go to bed
because I just think of my dad, how he can go to bed at 5 a.m., get up at 7 a.m. the next day.
He's a machine,
and be.
I'm telling you,
robot.
He's from the future. He's a cyborg. He's a cybernetic life form from the future. There's no way.
But
totally... he's always been like that.
Yeah.
That's not like even a new thing. But he has his moments where he needs to sleep.
Yeah.
Like, and he'll nap and sleep a lot. But he can do that. He can stay up till 5 and get up at 9.
That's actually a good question for the chat. What do you think your average hours of sleep is? We want to hear from you guys.
What is your guys' average hours of sleep that you need to function properly? Not
no coffee, no nothing.
No. I need a Monster. I need a Red Bull. Just get up and function. Like
I'm gonna grab that.
Normal day. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. Keep talking.
Kill that heater.
Keep talking.
The heater keeps us warm, but it also sounds really loud in our ears. So
yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever got up off air. Like, let's do some stretches.
Yeah, do some stretches. Do some.
See, some like ring fit. Just like.
He's much better at it. He's like,
yeah, it's a full squat.
Basically. So, no coffee is blasphemy. I can't drink coffee.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like, so I drink these, which you probably can't really see it. It's called Rain. It's basically like Bang. You guys have probably heard of Bang. But I mean, coffee is different for everybody. Like,
it is.
I know people that every morning they drink a Mountain Dew. Like that's their coffee. That's how they get up. That's like their morning start.
Way worse calories though.
Yeah,
but listen, I used to get up every morning for the last couple of years here, and I cracked open a 20-ounce of Dew. Or Dr. Pepper, one of the two.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, it affects you. It affects your body. Like, that much sugar, putting it in your body all the time. I'm becoming so much more aware of what you put in you. And since I've been kind of on this, it's not that I don't drink other things, but I haven't had a soda now, and it's been almost a week. Like,
you're starting to get the twitches.
No, at first, and I think that's why I was falling asleep. I really do. Between not having the sugar and not having the caffeine, and now I'm like 9 o'clock at night, I'm ready to pass out.
Well, there's scientifically proven, like, if you eat bad food and like drink soda and stuff, like, you're more tired.
You are, but I felt like I could stay awake.
You're more sluggish,
but I had no energy.
Yeah,
like no energy, no motivation to do anything. And now that I basically flip flopped that, and I'm drinking water mostly. And when I go out to a lot of places, I'm trying to switch to. I know juice isn't a great alternative, but like natural juice that doesn't have the high fructose but uses like cane sugar, I just feel like it's a little bit better for you.
I haven't seen a Mountain Dew throwback in a while.
Me either.
I don't think they make them anymore.
I don't think they do either, and I loved that stuff. It wasn't as good as the original, but it was good.
No, the throwbacks were so good. If anybody ever was blessed, but our favorite right here, Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Best soda in the world.
Yeah.
It wasn't even this. Like, I remember when we got hyped over them having the Slurpee version of it. Like, we were excited.
So much sugar. The fact that I don't have diabetes, no lie, it is amazing.
Yep, we can still feel our toes for now. But Julia shoot on the weekends. I still nap during the day, even the 7 hours sleep. I mean, but that's okay. Like, I'm the person that views it like this. If I get up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and I grind, do everything I need to do. 1 o'clock rolls around, I ain't got nothing to do, and I pass out until like 3 o'clock. Nothing wrong with that. And naps are okay. Because guess what? In elementary school, preschool, you didn't want to take naps. And now, you regret that.
I won't lie. I kind of feel like companies should give you a downtime period after lunchtime. It doesn't have to be
maybe that's what they should do for smokers.
I think they should give you like a half hour of,
like dark room.
Yeah, like quiet. Don't do anything, because we get an hour for lunch at work too. And honestly, I feel like most places should give people an hour for lunch.
Here's my thing: in an hour, let's be honest, we both have done that kind of schedule where most places you're by a restaurant, you're by like a McDonald's, Burger King, something like that, to where you can eat in 15 minutes. Like, you're done eating 15, 30 minutes max. That's what I used to do.
But what are you cramming in your body?
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Big chicken, Big Mac.
You're cramming in French fries, and as far as carbs go, like the two worst types of carbs that you can put in your body is French fries and potato chips. Basically, potatoes. If you're going to eat a potato, you should be probably eating mashed, baked, boiled, even fried would be better than French fries, potato chips. They're like empty carbs. They have no nutritional value really at all in them. But a baked potato is completely different. You're getting almost all the nutrients and stuff from the potato skin, and it's better for you.
Yeah.
Plus, you can make vodka.
There's been, I think we've both, and I mean, obviously from Julia, we've all went out into our cart for that hour lunch or whatever.
Yeah.
Ate a McChicken and then did like a power nap.
It wasn't a power nap. It was passed out.
Yeah.
Because you're tired.
Yeah.
And
that's what I used to love to do.
You got biddies, I think.
I
can't see.
No, that's a host, I believe.
Oh. Cool.
That is a host. If you did just host me, can you please shout your name out? Because I didn't get the Well, I got the notification. It's there.
I think it was Shocker.
Yep, Shocker. Thank you, Shocker. Okay, gotcha. I mean, that's what I used to love in the summertime. Summer and springtime, I'd go out to my car. McDonald's was 5 minutes away. I go get 2 McChickens, a fry, and a sweet tea. Come back, slam it, and then pass out in my car with the windows down. Just let the breeze as my AC. And I would sit there and watch Netflix, Hulu, and just pass out.
We've all been there.
I used to carry a pillow in my car.
Yeah, well, I have blankets and stuff in my car.
That's what I'm saying.
You never know. You never know when you might need a blanket. You might need a pillow for anything. And the blanket has come in more handy than other times, where I've had to put something in my car, and it's kind of dirty, and I don't want it to touch my car seat. But I've got this blanket, so that's sweet. Let's see. Jason said that he just built his first Thero stack on Arena. I missed that pre-order for Arena as far as the bundle packs.
Yeah.
But
freaking food comes. Yeah.
But I will be playing some Arena this week, probably on my stream. I'm pretty excited for the set, so we'll have to get some games in.
Yeah.
Speaking of cool stuff that happened on the stream last week, on my stream, I know that you guys don't all necessarily watch it, but I was streaming Pokemon for about an hour and a half. I was trying to get a quick one in before I had some other stuff to do, and I want to say it was on a day I don't normally stream, but a guy popped on my channel. I'm trying to remember his name, Anthony something or other.
I think it's up there. Anthony J Max?
Yeah, Anthony J Max. He came in and he says, "Hey man, do you have a sock?" And I said, "Yeah, I can go breed one with Ditto, whatever." So he was patient. I went and got him one, and he traded me something I didn't have, and then he hung around for a couple minutes, and I was like, "Well, what else do you have?" Because he kept trying to give me stuff. I'm like, I want to give you stuff you don't have. He's like, "Well, that was the last one I needed." So I helped some dude complete his Pokedex on my on my stream. It felt pretty cool, because I was in the process of working on mine, and he just popped in and says, "Hey, do you have this?" I happen to have what he needed, and that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what I love. That's what I love, community type games like that. And it's just even in Fortnite or I wouldn't say so much League, but Fortnite in general is how much you can just help somebody. So there's been multiple times where I've gotten in a random duo with an 8-year-old kid. This kid has never won a game of Fortnite in his lifetime.
Yeah.
And he doesn't care. I wish I had that mentality that I can sit down and play a game not to win. But he's just yeah, man, I just play. I get 2 kills a game. I get excited and all this stuff. This kid's heart melted when he saw Victory Royale pop up on the screen he's never seen. It was like a kid on Christmas.
Well, I mean, the thing is, when you go back to remember what it was like to be young.
Yeah. Oh, the nostalgia.
And you didn't care about winning. Yeah, winning was cool. Especially if you had put the time in and you had become pretty good at the game. You became better than your brother or better than your dad or your sister, whoever you're playing. That was great. But when you play just for poops and giggles when you're younger, a lot of times it's just you're excited that anyone wants to even play with you.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, this is great. I get to play and hang out with other people who... Because normally I don't get to do that. I remember that when we used to play games like Diablo and stuff with other people online. And even when Warcraft first came out, that idea, that wasn't the first MMO I played, but that was probably the friendliest community when the game first started.
Oh, dude, and it's just when you got back to Classic. Yeah. That's why Classic felt so real.
Because I think the first MMO I played was City of Heroes. And I mostly played with my friends.
What about Dark Age of Camelot?
I never played that.
Oh, dude, I played that game. That game is so fun.
No, I never played that, and I never played the one your dad played a lot of.
EverQuest.
EverQuest. Never played that.
EverQuest was a troll game.
But I did like City of Heroes. I wanted DC Universe to be City of Heroes.
That's the game, yeah.
It's not. It's good. I'm not dissing on DC Universe. For a free to play game, it's pretty good.
No, City of Heroes was OG.
It was fun.
That game was awesome because it was just so easy to get into.
It was
and when you you always felt powerful. Every class felt powerful.
Even the controlling classes and the healing classes felt powerful.
And the way your guy looked.
Yeah.
Like, nobody really did cosmetics like that. Like, how cool your guy was. Like, don't get me wrong, Warcraft, when you did, like, the PvP sets and stuff like that, you looked pretty badass.
But you could completely customize your character.
Yeah.
And they made capes. Like, when they added capes to the game, I remember when they added capes, they weren't in the game originally.
Yeah.
You had to be, like, level 40 to get a cape. So you had to put some time in. I think the max level in that game was only level 50.
Yeah, it was level 50, yeah.
So you had to be, it was either level 30 or 40 to get a cape. And when they added them in, they were the first capes that actually looked pretty good in games that I remember. Like, they flowed. They looked like a cape should look.
Yeah, but didn't you learn from Incredibles? Capes are not good.
I had one on my character, Brain Geyser.
Yes. When you get sucked up in the
I'll never
airplane.
forget. Like, I had more attachment to that character. I had almost as much attachment to that character as I did my first druid on Warcraft.
You know, I'm kind of curious. If you started up City of Heroes and you logged in, would Brain Kaiser still be there?
I think so.
I would love to test that. Like, could you? That's what we should do. We should go back to City of Heroes, Kev.
I've actually thought about trying to play DC Universe because I feel like the community is a little better. But I would go back to City of
The
Heroes.
problem with DC Universe, it was
There's not as much customization.
not enough customization, but more or less in my opinion, it felt like I didn't get an updated version of City of Heroes. It felt like I got beta City of Heroes in DC Universe.
I will say that the boss fights are better in DC
yeah.
Universe.
Yeah, for sure.
Way better.
But at the same time,
because basically in City of Heroes, you were fighting these big raid and bosses that were giant meat shields. Like, there was nothing really complicated. They were all tank and spank fights. There was nothing complicated about them.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. So let's see, gaming news.
I know we haven't talked about anything gaming.
Gaming news. We're gonna go into gaming news now. So yay, we're gonna actually talk about stuff that we know about. So delays, lots of delays.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII was supposed to come out on my birthday.
It's not.
It's not. They have delayed it to sometime in April. I think April 12th or something. I don't know. It's sometime in April, early April. And then everyone was like, you can't do that. There's like 3 really great games all coming out within 2 weeks of each other. So then the lineup was going to be Final Fantasy, Cyberpunk, and Resident Evil 3.
Yep.
Well, then they delayed Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is now not coming out until
like October.
Like, yeah, September or October.
Yeah. So.
Which I'm fine with. The reason they posted on their website said we need to put some polish on this thing. We want to, clean up the areas that we're not real sure of. And honestly, I respect any company, especially any gaming company that says, look, we know we said this time, but we're not going to put out a trash product. We want it to look good.
Exactly.
We want it to work well. We want to try and get out as many of the bugs as we can.
Yeah. We
don't want the game busted day one and then you can't play it.
There's no reason, in my opinion, I will be mad if I buy a game that's filled with bugs, filled with incompleteness, and all this stuff, than a game that took an extra few months that's fully done. And
yeah.
I'd much rather fix little bugs than not just like, wow, I played this game, I felt like you could have put more into it, and you just didn't.
Well,
you
the game
flat.
is massive too, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's the same guys that did The Witcher.
Yeah.
So anyone who's played The Witcher, any of the Witcher games, knows that that's a huge game. It's big, it's open world, and there might be areas of the game that they think work, but then they just want to try and have more time to play test and make sure. They said that the game is like 99% done. It's just that they want to get this 1%, iron out a couple of bugs, and I'm like, cool with that. But then on the Square Enix side, almost all of their big releases this year, every single one of them is getting pushed back. You've got Final Fantasy VII. They're pushing that back a month. I'll be shocked if it actually releases in April.
I mean...
I'll be shocked. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles being pushed back until the fall. And the remake of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. And then their Marvel's Avengers. It was supposed to come out in May. It's getting pushed back to the fall.
But at the same time, it's a domino effect. When you're late on something, you're probably going to be late on something else.
These are all separate development
I know,
teams,
but at the same time, obviously, when it comes down to it, could be a hiring issue. Maybe they don't have enough body to get where they want to go. I mean, that.
My
could be
thing is you hear about the horror stories on the team from Rockstar Games from Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Where those guys basically it was mandatory like 6-7 days a week. You had to put in 10+ hours a day. There was people sleeping there so they could hit that deadline. And Red Dead Redemption, by the way, team, is amazing. The guys that worked on that game, you guys did a fantastic job. That is an amazing accomplishment.
And
but
exactly, you should
at
be
what
happy.
cost?
At what cost? But at the same time, when you step into these major developing companies like Blizzard and stuff like that, you need to expect that. That's what's going to be expected of you. Because I put it this way: if you can't produce that, or if you can't meet those requirements, they're going to find somebody who can, and they don't care. Because trust me, you're getting paid. If you are a developer at Blizzard for games and stuff, you are getting a fat check.
You are getting a good check. No,
but
one's
at the
saying
same
that
time,
you're
at
not
what
getting-
cost?
You're not getting compensated. But at what cost is it? Where it puts strain on those people's marriages, they don't get to see their kids. Listen, we love games as much as anybody, and we know that they take time. But if you can't treat the people that are working for you and just give them normal working hours because they're having a hard time getting it done, there's nothing that you can do about it.
It's all about the money, man.
What do I think of Ubisoft? I think that they kind of have the same practices as a lot of the other ones, that basically working people until they're almost dead.
It doesn't. I was gonna say it does not matter what brand you're with. If you're a bigger name company, you strive to get games out fast and complete.
You have to.
Because if you're not, you're going to be behind the market all year long. So, maybe your 2018 was, bam, we were banging out games left and right. 2019 comes around, we're not banging out as many games. So now our profits are down. We can't pay these people as much.
I think it's the unpredictability of programming, too.
Oh, yeah.
So another prime example of that. Now, the company that you don't hear a lot of, like, being hard towards their employees. Now, they have high standards.
Yeah.
Is Nintendo.
Yeah.
Anything published by Nintendo, produced by Nintendo, they take pride in it. They won't put out a product that they're not proud of.
Yeah.
That's not to say that it won't have bugs, because some of their games have launched with bugs.
And that's okay. Any programmer will know that there's
but
going to be a
their
bug.
first party stuff, anything that's the stuff that's their intellectual property, so their Metroids, their Zeldas, their Marios, their Pokemons, their Animal Crossings, God, they own a lot of stuff. Fire Emblem,
etc.
It's anything that's their stuff that they've created, that their name is attached to. They say, look, we want it to be good. If you need more time, we need more time. The dude that is working on the Metroid Prime sequel, Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah.
He came out not last year, but the year before last. Metroid Prime was supposed to come out in 2018 or 2019, and he said, look, the game's not where we want it to be. We're not happy with the result.
Look at Diablo.
We're starting over. They said we're scrapping everything that we had, except for the concept art, and we're starting over. He's like, it's not the game that we want to put out.
Look at Diablo. Diablo 3 was probably the most hyped up game. And we kept getting hyped because, we see something for Diablo. News breaks on Diablo coming out soon. And then Diablo's not coming out this year. And
but hold on.
And then the next year.
But that's Blizzard.
And the next year.
Blizzard is notorious for not hitting their own deadlines. They would be better off to not even make them. They would be better off to just say, this game is going to come out in the future.
Oh, for sure. But
it will be out. Because don't you remember when Warcraft 3... They were advertising for Diablo 2 when Warcraft 3 was out, and Diablo 2 didn't come out for like a long time.
Well, Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Yeah.
Perfect example. This game, when they announced it at BlizzCon that this was coming out, it was supposed to be out before 2020.
Yeah.
And we are now cruising into January, which I believe it comes out this month. I think it comes out on the 27th.
I think it does come out this month. That sounds right.
I want to say it does. Somebody fact check me on that one. But that's another game where I'm like, okay, now they're only a month late, but it's okay.
But it's Blizzard. They're notorious for it.
Yeah.
They can't hit their own deadlines. They haven't hit a deadline ever.
They hit you with a hot cinematic.
I mean,
like,
Overwatch, the sequel for Overwatch was supposed to be out like a while ago, and it's not out. And that's fine. They take pride in what they put out. Even if you think that their game is a hot, steaming pile of garbage, and there was a lot of people on the Diablo 3 bandwagon that said, this game's garbage, we wanted Diablo 2. Diablo 3 is a good game.
Yeah. It
may not have launched as a great game, but it is now currently a great game.
One thing I will say, and this is kind of like it's along the lines of programming and stuff like that. So Call of Duty. Call of Duty's biggest fan base is ranked play in Call of Duty. A good ranked play, because the last time we had good ranked play, it was Black Ops 2, where there was divisions. It was sweet. Like, everybody loved playing it because, like, if you got to Master Division, like, you were the hot shit. Okay? Everybody in their head thinks this is how it works. I can take the code from that rank play, the whole system behind it, and put it into another game. copy and paste it instantly. Don't change anything.
Yep.
And I try to explain to people that's not as simple as it is.
It's not.
And what people have to understand is
you're rebuilding it. You might be able to reuse assets,
you can reuse the
you
system.
you still have to reprogram it to work with the new stuff that you put in there. It's not just copy and paste.
Yeah.
Bro, I have not worked in programming as detailed as you, but I know that it doesn't work like that.
Yeah. No, people crack me up because when it comes to that, it's all about going from point A to point B. Like, rank play won't ever be the same. Anybody that thinks that somebody's going to basically reuse something that they used from the past, they're not. They're going to reuse it and then try to update it.
Yeah.
To something that you might not like. Blizzard is notorious for this with Warcraft. Is they took a thing that everybody loved. They're like, oh, let's put a little spin off on it. Let's try to break it and try to fix it into something great.
Okay, so the a lot of things that Blizzard has, the technology that they've come up with, like instancing, for example, there are a ton of games that use it now, and not just MMOs, but actual video games that use this form of instancing now, and it's amazing. But what I think is fun is when they get a gimmick, like when vehicles came out and Burning Crusade. And then they were like, everybody loves the vehicles. Let's do more vehicles. So they started putting them in like raid fights and stuff, and no one cares. Like you too much of a cool thing. When it becomes all the time, you don't want to see it all the time.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I still think that Warcraft is probably one of the greatest games of the last 30 years.
Oh, by far. I mean, because
that would be the World of Warcraft. I mean, the real-time strategy games are great too. But
you want to know why?
It's a juggernaut.
It's a juggernaut, but here's the thing. This is how you know if you have a good game. If everybody compares your game to the game that's trying to beat you.
Yeah, so they're like, what's going to be the next Warcraft killer? It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because nothing's ever... As long as they keep doing Warcraft, nothing's going to kill it.
Yeah, and...
They put out 2 questionable expansions. Lost, I forget how many millions of players. Game's still the #1 MMO.
They can basically put any expansion out, and this is not even knocking Blizzard, because I think their expansions are done really well. I mean...
Their last couple have been very good.
Very
Legion and Battle for Azeroth were both good.
Believe me, is there mechanics in the game that I find cheesy, that doesn't... It takes you a little bit away from the grind, but it makes it better for the average player.
Yeah.
This game, what they went from was, okay, this game's all about grinders. If you're a grinder, you're going to love this game. And if you're just the average player, you're going to fall behind. You're going to be useless, in a way. Okay, let's start gearing it towards, it's an everybody can play game.
You got to remember, when did Warcraft come out?
Warcraft came out...
So the people that are still supporting the game have grown up. They have jobs. They don't have time to sit there and play 14 hours a day anymore. And they knew that. And they said, who are the people that are giving us the most money? Let's look. Oh, look, it's the people that have been with us for the longest time.
For sure.
And they're the ones getting their buddies into the game. They're the ones getting their friends into it. And now they have real responsibilities. Yeah. And the people that sit there and whine and cry and complain, well, they just give everything to everybody. Fuck you. Yeah. You know, if you want to sit and grind out 24 hours a day, you can still do that in that game. And you will have better than what I have. And I only play 2 hours a week.
But what sucks is, and I see a lot of complaint with, like, this one is how they did the mapping system with, like, the daily quest.
Boo-hoo. You know, there's enough grind in the game that the average player can't do some of the stuff. Oh, yeah. Like, I've never gotten world flying in the last 3 expansions or whatever, so my guy's always been on the ground. Because why? I don't have time
I'm a ground warrior.
to do all the exploring and stuff. Like, I just don't have time.
Which they're making that easier, by the way. Because
that's fine. Who cares?
No, they want more people to have flying. Because, I'll put it this way. Me personally, and I think a lot of people feel this way, they ruined the game when they added flying.
They did.
Because what it made it do is it took out the exploration part of it. Oh my God! There's a 50-foot mountain that I can't get over. Oh, what bird?
Yeah, bird. But flying was cool.
Yeah.
Right? And they had to reinvent the physics for it. That's why they basically rebuilt the entire world for Cataclysm, because that world was not designed for flying. So they had to rebuild it so you could fly in the old world. That's why Cataclysm exists, guys. It's not because they wanted to do a cool story with the thing, but that's why Cataclysm exists. But anyway, it made it hard because the only way that you could rectify that is to put mobs all through the air, and then it looks ridiculous.
No,
it just looks like a hive of honeycomb warriors.
Because I was going to say, what if you can't fly? Then you'll never see that.
You never get to see that stuff, and you're missing out on all of that.
So kind of stepping away from like bad programming, Warcraft 3 Blizzard, we went from like,
On the plus side, all the games that are getting delayed, you know it's still on time? Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. The
Animal
number
Crossing
one game.
will still be here. Speaking of all of our sim guy players out there, so you've been into Stardew.
I started Stardew for the first time because it was on sale on Nintendo Switch for like $10, which I got it. I picked it up. It is a beautifully done game, by the way, guys. Seriously, if you are a Minecraft fan and like those little like mellow, grindy games, Stardew is the game for you.
You're gonna love Animal Crossing.
Oh, I know.
They added a very complex crafting system into the game.
Yeah.
Which is the first time they've ever done that. Where before, if you wanted stuff for your house, you had to wait until someone either gave it to you or you had to find it or buy it from the store. Now
Going to the junkyard.
Yeah, now you can build it.
Yeah, so I think, and that's the thing in Stardew that I love so much is the customization in your house. It's not just a game where it's like, oh, you had a good day today. Let me give you everything that you want. No, if you grind, it takes a few days to grind and like get things going and like
you can't sit down and just beat the game in a couple hours.
No, there's a timing to it. So like, oh, new season's starting, so these crops are dead. Like my cousin, he always comes in here. Abel comes in here all the time, and he's like, he was telling me the other night, he's like, dude, one day I bought a whole bunch of plants, planted it, the season ended, all my crops died.
Yeah, you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware of the season or your crops die, and then you waste all the money on the crops, and then you're struggling for the next season.
Yeah.
But I like that the seasons change, and they say that you don't even experience all the story stuff until you've made it. Like, if you go through 1 year, you've experienced most of the story stuff, but I think it takes 3 full years in-game to get through it.
Yeah, but we've been playing that together, which, by the way, I recommend because I don't know if it's just a bug or this is actually how it's supposed to work, because energy is a big part of the game. Running out of energy means your guy needs to eat to get energy. We found out that if you lay down, if one person goes to bed, they could regain their energy back by laying in the bed.
That's not a glitch. It's supposed to work like that.
So if you're playing with multiple people, but
it's so you can get more done in a day.
But when you're playing with multiple people, you both can't go to bed.
No, the second that both of you go to bed,
it starts the next day.
It starts the next day.
So, by the way, guys, play this game with somebody else. I played it alone. I played 18 days alone.
It's really fun solo. Like, so if you don't have anyone to play with, it's really fun solo. It's better with your friends.
Yeah, we played. We did a 4-house customization just because you're like, oh well, you never know who wants to come and play. So,
I think anytime that you're going to play that game, you start a single player game, just make it an online customizable 4-player game, even if no one ever joins your game.
Yeah, so I have two farms. So the one is my Twitch one. It's literally like Twitch farm. My dog's name is Amazon Prime.
Nice.
Our Twitch Prime. So and then our other one is Thoughtsville, because and my guy's favorite thing is a good hoe.
So
because I'm a farmer.
Because we've talked about doing streams of that.
Yeah.
Like together.
It sucks because we can't simultaneously stream both views at the same time.
I can.
Well, he can. He's
I have 2 capture cards. That wouldn't be that hard at all.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have 2.
But we don't have to be here to do it. You can be on your stream. I can be on my stream at home.
But we talked about it. Fun. Like I said, I played 23 days with my cousin, and then he went to bed, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna start my own adventure. And I was thinking in my head, I'm only gonna do like maybe 5-6 days, and then I'll, go to bed. I ended up doing like 18 days. So
it sucks you in, man.
I did an 8-hour grind farming day. I did a.
You're like, I have to keep getting the parsnips. I need more money. Get out there and hoe the crops. Hoe.
Yeah. So seriously, Stardew Valley, guys, pick it up. It might still be $10. It might have gone off sale.
I think the normal price is $15.
Yeah, it's a great game. I'm telling you, countless hours. Like, my cousin's played 70 hours in the game. He's only 2 years deep. And there is no end. There is no winning. It's like Animal Crossing. There's no winning.
You can't win. It's
you
like
keep getting better. Yeah.
You just keep making your farm as awesome as you can make it.
And you can always start a new guy. Yeah. And then I'm gonna.
That's the beauty of it. This time I'm gonna focus mostly on combat, or I want to start in an area that's mostly near a fishing town or whatever. So it's very, very cool. I like the replayability. There's hundreds of hours.
They have one where you can set it up to where you're playing with 4 players, but you're in 4 different quadrants.
Yeah, of the map.
So
and I think that would be fun. I think that would be a fun way to play too, to see if you guys eventually meet somewhere. Or
I have so much fun. Like when I first started playing the game, I was just clearing out the area where you first start at. Like I was just clearing that out.
You pretty much have to.
Just going hard on it.
You need the resources.
you need the resources, but I just found it so fun. Like I'm just like going down in one straight line, like this little block.
Must kill all the trees this day. Oh, now I'm tired. Now I got to get the rocks this day.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
So yeah, anyone out there that has not played it who wants to play it or has thought about it or whatever, I'm thinking giveaway.
Giveaway.
I'm thinking digital giveaway,
and we want to play with you guys as well. And if we get enough feedback that hey we want to play, we'll do it on a podcast or something. Maybe just a random day of streaming. And if we get enough feedback because you can only play with 4 players, so what we can do is we can run 2 lobbies and basically we'll do a little stream, like a little longer of a stream, maybe 3-hour stream. Whoever has the most money.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna do a digital giveaway of that. I would do it today, but I feel like there was no prep, no. Like ad
future maybe
ad for it. Like, hey, get guys in here to watch the stream. I'm not sure how we'll determine a winner, raffle,
dude. I'm so excited.
Trivia question, something. We'll come up with something, but I think next week. So mark it down. Next week we're giving away a digital copy of Stardew Valley on Switch. If you don't have a Switch and you win, we can't play with you on the other ones. But it's still a good enough game that I would say if you want to play it on PC,
you can get it on PC
or Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah. What was it? I'm trying to think here. With Stardew, it was something that involved Stardew, but I can't remember. Oh, it had nothing to do with Stardew.
It had nothing to do with Stardew.
Speaking of giveaway, finally got our stuff to ship. It took a little while. Normally, like when I shipped it the first time, it said 3 days. I guess with the holidays, they were backed up. So
they might have been.
So they were sending stuff out. So because every time I would check, it was like, hey. Sorry for the inconvenience. Like they sent me an email. They're like, here's a 10% off coupon next time you buy it. And I was like, I already get it for like discounted, but that's okay. I'll take it. So we got some merch coming in, which will be looking fly. And by the way, guys, if you guys want that link, please feel free to DM us. I have a thing that's a mod in my channel that automatically sends it out, but Facebook doesn't let me do that.
No, Facebook doesn't like ads.
Yeah, like I said, you can't find any information because back to the Warcraft 3, you can't find any information of the release. They won't release it now. They won't tell you when it's coming out.
Well, and then that mobile game they had, when's that coming out? Diablo Immortal.
Oh my god,
that fiasco at
everybody laughed at.
You know that game's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun.
I'll probably buy it. Not gonna lie.
It's free to play.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing to my shit over here, bro?
I was checking the time. I always like to check time.
You know how long we've been on. We started at 4 o'clock. It's 4:52.
Well, I'm so proud of us. When we start on time, I just don't ever expect it. You know? we have a standard to hold of being late. So
I think he's bored. He's like, oh man, when are we gonna get off this podcast?
Well, no,
and I'm gonna make him stay here till 7 now. Podcast is going till 7, y'all. Woo!
It's gonna be a solo podcast. Oh my gosh, I'm just trying to think about all the stuff we have to talk about. Because I feel like
there's a lot.
I know.
So
shockingly, we were so worried about.
All right, so here we go. Let's cover some movie stuff. Spider-Man. Sony Spider Universe. We were talking about this before we got on the air, and I messaged you earlier in the week about it. What the hell is up with that trailer? What is going on with that? Have you seen the Morbius trailer yet?
I have not seen the Morbius trailer.
All right, let me break this down for you.
Let me drop some.
Do you know who Morbius is? First of all.
It kind of sounds like more obese, but
no,
okay.
He's actually a vampire or a vampire-like character. He's a character that debuted in Spider-Man comics. Sony owns the rights to all of the Spider-Man characters, so this was a character that they were going to use in their weird villain universe where they released Venom. They had talked about doing like a Silver Sable movie, and I guess Morbius is the one that they wanted to do after Venom. Well, it's coming out this year. It's got Jared Leto in it. Yay. He has like some weird rare blood disease. He tries to find some medical cure for it and basically becomes vampire-like. I don't know how Sony's gonna adjust it, but that's how it was in the comic books.
Van Helsing comes out of nowhere.
His name is Michael Morbius. So He is Morbius the living vampire. He is alive. He's kind of an anti-hero, but when he first showed up, he was a villain. I think him and...
Does he show up in mirrors?
I think. I don't know. Okay. I don't remember.
I'm just trying to, gotta keep it on the
character debuted in the 70s, and it was before I was born, so I don't know. But anyway, so we all were under the understanding that Sony's stuff was completely separate from Marvel's cinematic universe.
Yeah, stay away from us.
And so I'm watching the trailer. I'm like, this looks like it might not suck completely. But things that I noticed like right off the bat was when the trailer first came on, it was like a 2-minute trailer. It said, from the studio that brought you Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, both Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, and Venom presents this new movie.
Dun, dun, dun.
At one scene in the movie, Jared Leto's character is walking along, and you get a very big poster-sized image of Spider-Man on the wall, which, to my understanding, they weren't allowed to use Spider-Man while he was in the MCU.
Dun, dun, dun.
Now, maybe I didn't maybe he can be a different version of Spider-Man or whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, that's
Spider Universe.
That's not too weird yet, right? Like, okay, maybe it's Miles Morales Spider-Man. Maybe they're doing some Spider-Verse stuff. I don't know.
Okay.
They at no point said that these connect to Venom or to the MCU or anything at this point until you get to the very end of the trailer. You know who shows up at the very end of the trailer? Michael Keaton's Vulture character. And he's talking to Michael Morbius. He's still wearing the prison jumpsuit from where he got arrested at the end of... Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. At the end of Homecoming.
Spoiler alert.
So
what's this one called? Spider-Man?
It's just called Morbius. It's not a Spider-Man movie.
Oh, okay.
But Vulture is at least in it. In some capacity. I have to think that, because that would be odd, right?
Where's the Green Lantern? Green Lantern.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin, yeah.
But I have to think that it would be odd for them to use his character in a Sony movie without their at least permission to do so, since he's an MCU character. But I don't know the whole things of the deal. But you remember last summer they were like, Spider-Man's not going to be in the MCU anymore.
Yeah, but then Tom Holland saved it.
How?
They said it was fine.
They did, but they never said how. They just said that Kevin Feige was too busy to deal with it, and that they were going to let Sony kind of do their own thing. And then they made a statement, Kevin Feige did, that said that Spider-Man is the only character powerful enough to span 2 cinematic universes and bridge them together. What the hell does that mean? Theories? They're now going to let Morbius be considered in the same Marvel Cinematic Universe as the rest of the stuff, even though I don't think that they'll ever have, like, Tony Stark or Black Widow or the Hulk show up. Yeah. But they're going to allow him to do both, and I think that lets Sony still use Spider-Man, but I think part of the deal is that anything having to do directly with Spider-Man, they need to be involved in, or else Sony can't do it. I don't know.
In a great
I think that if that's true, though, then Sony won that deal hands down. If they didn't get money, but we get to be part of
we have power.
But we get to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, even indirectly, kind of like the TV shows. It doesn't matter. They can still make references now to the Snap, and they can make references to Thanos. They can't show him without Disney's approval, and Disney has nothing to do with this. Marvel has nothing to do with this either, just in association with it.
In the wise words of Princess Bride, inconceivable.
I don't think you know what that word means. I think it means not what you think it means.
I love that movie so much.
That's a great movie.
I find myself always quoting that movie, like, never go against a Sicilian when death is on the line.
But no, seriously, what do you guys think about the Spider-Man? What's going on with that? The new movie Morbius. If you haven't seen the trailer, look it up. It's online. It just came out last week. Do you think that they are now technically part of the MCU since Vulture shows up at the end? Are they like in some weird Spider-Verse thing where the character coexists in both? What do you guys think?
We want to hear from you guys. We want your honest opinions.
And how do you guys feel about Sony being in? By that token, if they're in the MCU, then that means technically Venom now in the MCU.
Venom sucked.
It didn't suck. It just wasn't great.
Venom sucked.
It just wasn't great. I feel that if Marvel had a little bit more influence on that movie, but I thought that they helped produce that movie. Like, it wasn't terrible. I feel like Tom Hardy was fine. I thought his acting was fine. I thought that the jokes were kind of yeah, like that. They're just like they weren't good. The jokes weren't good, but the fight sequences were fine.
I mean, okay. I mean, I think Venom sucked. You're not going to change my mind.
That's fine. You didn't like Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel either.
That movie sucked.
It didn't suck, dude.
Oh my god! Like, that movie is so bad. When you look at this is the person that's supposed to save the universe from everything, save so many different planets, all this stuff, and then she comes flying in.
They never said that. They never said that she was the savior.
The best thing about the movie was Samuel L. Jackson and all the cameos they did for him. Because, like, Samuel L. Jackson.
That was a big portion of the movie.
Drinking out of the cup?
Yeah.
Drinking out of the cup?
I'm just saying that was a big
Reference
portion
to
of the
Pulp
movie.
Fiction.
That was a big portion of the movie. It's not like he wasn't part of the movie. He was like a co-star. It was like starring Brie Larson and Samuel L. Jackson. It wasn't like featuring Samuel L. Jackson in two scenes.
Should have said Nick Fury movie. That's all it should have said.
I'd watch a Nick Fury movie.
Exactly.
I'd go back and watch. I'd go back and watch young Nick Fury.
If Captain Marvel got erased from, like, Thanos snapped out of the Marvel universe, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't even be like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss her. No, I'm not even a little bit.
I thought that the movie was fine. I felt that they underutilized her in the last Avengers movie for sure. She showed up for 3 minutes in the movie.
She showed up for 3 minutes.
She goes and she gets a good punch on Thanos. Good for her. And then Thanos makes her a bitch. He bitch.
Here's
smacks
what
her and
doesn't make
that's it.
sense. She comes rocking up in there, destroys a whole little alien ship with one punch, and then all of a sudden,
we were like, yeah, here she comes. You guys are in trouble now. And then what happened?
Thanos goes, bitch that.
And then where was she at?
He didn't even like have enough respect to give her the front hand. He gave her the backhand.
No. I mean, when you got this cosmic, powerful being that shows up, destroys a ship, and it's little Captain America sitting there with a shield, and he's taking those blows from Thanos with his weapon like a man, right? Like a trooper, like the soldier that he is. And you have more respect for Captain America because he's just a guy. He's super powered, sort of, but not really.
We're stepping away from the truth, the real discussion here.
Which is Spider-Man.
Venom sucked. If you like, I don't know. I didn't even see the movie. I didn't want to see the movie.
Then how can you say that it sucked if you haven't seen it? No.
I don't have to watch Suicide Squad to know it sucked.
Yeah, you do. You have to watch something to know that it sucked.
Okay. I can, like, not even going off.
You can't base your opinion on not having seen it. Just because everyone said that, you know what else everybody said? Everyone else said The Last Jedi was fucking great. Was it? No.
I didn't think it would. I would much rather watch Last Jedi.
But you watched it to have your own opinion. That's my point.
Jedi. The trailer for Venom looked great. Don't get me wrong. Venom trailer, when it first released, I was like, oh my god, let's go. Where's my Carnage? Let's get it.
Okay, here's the thing.
And then...
You can't have an opinion on something that you yourself have not seen.
I don't have to.
It's the same thing I say when it comes to politics. If you vote for someone because you're well informed, then you're allowed to have an opinion. But if you don't know anything about the candidates and you bitch about all the stuff that's on the other side, but you didn't vote and you're not informed,
counter offer,
then you have no right to complain because you're uneducated.
Counter.
And in this point, you're uneducated.
Ready? Counter. I don't have to eat shit to know that it's bad.
So, no, you don't. But maybe it's not shit.
Venom,
maybe it's not shit. It might be a T-bone steak.
Trust me.
It's not.
I can smell it from here. It's
terrible.
not.
It's not a T-bone steak.
No, Venom.
But you can't say that it sucked if you have not seen it. That's all I'm saying.
Here you go, guys.
You can say that doesn't look like I'm going to enjoy that. That movie looks dumb. That's a fair opinion based off of what you know. Saying that it sucked, not having seen it, isn't fair because you haven't seen it.
Okay, fine. If you really want me to watch it, I'll watch it.
I didn't say you had to watch it. I'm just saying that you can't say something's terrible or something's bad if you haven't watched it, played it, read it, listened to it.
Fine. I'm judging the book by its cover.
There you
guys.
go. That's
life
wrong.
lesson for you young ones out there. Don't judge.
Oh my God. There's the you can't polish a turd. He's
True.
not wrong.
True.
He's not. You're not wrong, Sean.
Like, now, if somebody would come up to me and say, I've never seen Princess Bride and I think the movie sucks, they obviously don't know movie culture.
But that's just it, though. You can't say The Princess Bride sucks if you've never seen it.
I have something to tell you. I'm not really left-handed.
I think that's like the first debate we've ever had on here.
You
You look a little razzled, but I'm not.
I need the ring fit. I need to take my.
I'm not backing down in that point. You can't declare something terrible that you haven't seen.
Fine. I will agree to disagree that Venom sucked.
You can't. You don't know that. You have not seen it.
I'm going off.
Just because the internet said that it's dumb doesn't mean it isn't. The internet's not always right.
They do a pretty darn good job.
Oh, no, they don't.
Now, I will say this. There has been times where they said movies sucked, and I thought the movie was decent. Could have been better.
Okay, hold on. Time out.
Oh, God.
The internet also said that the movie Warcraft sucked. What did you think of Warcraft?
I thought you had to. I thought you enjoyed it more as a fan. If you played Warcraft, you enjoy it more than an average viewer.
You realize that looked like a turd sandwich too. Even I wasn't that impressed with it.
Whoa! The
No.
cinematic gave me a half chub right.
I
when
want
it
you to
started.
look at the movie Warcraft. Go back and watch the original trailer, and it looks like a bad version of Lord of the Rings. Don't roll your eyes. It does. It hands down does not look like it's going to be
You're
great.
so wrong.
And it's not. I didn't think that Warcraft was great. It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I watched it to form that opinion. Had I just gone based off of what the trailer said to me and what the fans that had watched it had said, I'd have been like, nope, that movie sucks. And I would have never experienced it for myself. That way I can say, you know what? That movie sucked because I watched it and this is why it sucked and I didn't like it.
But the trailer, it even had a little bit of the battle scene that was in the movie, like the big cinematic, like him fighting one-on-one against, like the head honcho.
Another movie. Well, we're not done yet.
We're not done yet.
Another movie that critics hated when it first came out was a little movie called Empire Strikes Back.
Okay. And we see how that turned out.
Yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
but-
I agree.
But is it good because
I don't
the
believe...
population said that it was
No,
good? Or was it good because you watched it and you said, that was a good movie?
I think, in my opinion, Empire Strikes... I don't go off what critics say. I go off what the average person says.
So what makes you think that Venom is bad?
The average person says Venom is
But hold on.
trash.
That's the average person, which therefore would be a critic. Just because you're not paid to be a critic does not mean that you are.
No,
a
because
critic.
I feel like
Because guess what we do on this show? We are critics. You can't critique things you don't know anything about.
I could try my best.
You can say, that movie looks dumb. I don't want nothing to do with that. It looks bad. It looks like it's going to leave a bad taste in my mouth. It looks like it's going to make me sad to be a Marvel fan. Those are all fair opinions because you're basing it off of, I haven't seen it.
We can all agree for the past 15 minutes I've been attacked.
You have been attacked. And you have been attacked because you're...
Do you see him turning more into Palpatine every day? Like, I am the Senate.
I am the Senate, okay? The thing is, you can't... That's not a fair thing in what we do. If you're going to critique things, you have to have at least... You have to have at least seen it. You have to have at least watched it. If you haven't, you can't say that it sucks. You can say that it looks like it sucks. That's fair. So in your opinion, you think Venom looks like it sucks.
Oh... I don't like supermodels because I've never been with one. Okay, that's fair enough. I mean,
that's fair.
All
right, I'm done badgering you now.
I don't know where we go after this one, man. I think we have to have a meeting after this one about.
We're gonna have to hug this one out.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think? Do you think that my opinion is wrong and that you can't say something's bad if you have not experienced it in some way? You're basing it off of just what other people have told you and what you see on the internet, or do you think that he's right and that you can and go, looks like a turd sandwich, probably a turd sandwich?
Counter offer. I like you said with everybody's a critic. Everybody, if you make a review on anything, you are a critic.
At that point,
now when you are a paid critic, like I've agreed sometimes, Rotten Tomato has done some very awful, like this movie's terrible. Do not waste your money. But like. The general public.
But they're critics, right?
Says it's great. And a lot of the times, whatever the general public says, I normally agree with. Like, I can't remember a movie. Like, Rotten Tomatoes hated this movie. Hated.
Which one?
I can't even remember the movie. It's been a while. It's probably about a year or two old. And they were like you, this movie sucks. Do not watch this movie. And then you go and watch it. And the general public like it. So it's kind of like Star Wars. The critics hated the new Star Wars.
So your opinion is if that the general public thinks that something's okay, then it's probably okay.
I say.
What do you think the Rotten Tomatoes score on the audience score of Venom was?
It was probably good. Please don't tell me it's good. If it's good, then I'm calling it. Like I said,
I'm just saying. Based off of just what you just said, there you go. I'm not even going to read it out loud. That's the audience score.
And yeah, you should go with the tomato meter. 29%.
You should go with the tomato meter in that one because the critics said 29%. But it was terrible.
Hang on. Get the... So let's see here. So 110 divided by 2. It's got a 50-50 shot on it. That's 50-50 shot. Pretty much.
How do you figure?
Because you got to think. Audience scored it as an 80.
There were more audience members that gave reviews than there were critics.
Hang on. Hear me out here. 80% liked it, general public liked it. 30% of critics liked it. Take that number.
No, 30% of critics said it was all right.
Yeah, 30%. So I mean, 70% thought it was doo doo.
Okay.
A turd sandwich.
Okay, but 80% of people
But if
that
you-
went to the theater and saw it and paid their money said that it was good.
Got to meet in the middle. So 50.
You gotta meet in the middle.
55%. 55%. So like I said, it's a coin flip. You might like the movie, you might hate it.
Oh gosh, I trust the audience score on almost everything on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hey, I don't say I'm an advocate for the Rotten Tomatoes critics, but
Those times when both the audience and the critics see eye to eye, and they're both like, "This movie was amazing."
Just
that
for next-
doesn't happen a lot.
just for next podcast, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to watch Venom.
Here's the best part. It doesn't even cost you anything. It's on the Vudu that you have the password to,
I'm gonna
and you
watch
can
it.
just watch it. It's free.
I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna critique it. I'm gonna sit there with a little notepad and say, "Wow, every scene that sucks, I'm gonna write trash can, trash." But if I end up liking it, I will apologize.
You don't. I don't. I'm not telling you that you have to like it.
I'm making a public apology.
I just said that you can't say that it sucks if you don't know that it sucks.
Okay.
That's all I said. But you kept saying, nope, it's terrible. It's bad. No, you think it's gonna be bad. Yeah, he says do a video review. Put it on YouTube. I want your reactions while you're watching it. That would be a good YouTube video.
Just screaming out.
And that's fine, because at least you have something to form the opinion off of. You've seen it.
There's the viewers right there. That's how you get them right there.
There you go. He's gonna do a video review on it. And Julia says she sides with me. And Jason says if Aaron knows anything, it's sucking. That guy's always just busting your chops, man.
That's right. We don't have to see eye to eye. Still like him though.
Every now and then, me and him, we don't see eye to eye.
But guess what? We've
had the same debate on Fortnite, which you won, by the way.
I know.
We didn't have that one on the air because I'm like, I just don't get it.
I'm always the underdog. Just remember.
I just don't get it. I don't understand why this game is so popular. And
It's just like everybody.
He's like, it's the best game ever, and I'm like, I just don't see that.
Everybody bets against me. Mortal Kombat bet against me. Who won? Me. Underdog. Constant underdog. Just saying.
If that was Street Fighter, you would have lost.
That's fine. A win's a win.
I made you sweat it out though. You were a little sweaty at first. You were like, "Man, I'm gonna get skunked."
It was 03. We were playing to 7.
First to 7.
Then we came back.
No, I'm not saying you gotta
We rallied.
Like it. You don't have to like everything that you watch. That's part of what we do on this show. We talk about the things that we like. Occasionally we come across things that we didn't like, and sometimes me and you, our eyes are not. Venom at best, I'll give you my movie review. It's a C. It wasn't amazing.
And you want me to waste my time
it wasn't,
watching a C?
It wasn't terrible.
What would you give Captain Marvel?
I
if you say higher than Venom, I
would say that Captain Marvel was a B-.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was a B- if you're going on a B+, B- scale. It was a B-. It's a low B, meaning that it almost went into C scale. It wasn't a C+.
You're saying Captain Marvel was better than... I'm not wasting my time.
I am saying that Captain Marvel was better than Venom. It was better. It was better written. Samuel L. Jackson saved that movie from being a big stinking turd. I'm sorry, he did.
He did.
For me.
He did. Don't get me wrong. Samuel L. Jackson makes that movie. They should have just made a...
And Coulson. Agent Coulson being in the movie.
Yeah.
Like the scenes he was in, he was good. Like, if those two guys aren't in that movie sucked. You're not wrong. If Samuel L. Jackson was not in Captain Marvel, that movie would have sucked so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. He saved the movie for me. He brought that more, like, human element to it. I don't know. He brought the humor into it, but he also brought something that was familiar because, I don't know who Captain Marvel, but I know who Samuel L. Jackson's character has been. But yeah, I'd say it was slightly better than Venom. Not much.
All I gotta say is after this podcast, I'm gonna need an aggressive cuddle session with you.
I do feel like I've been yelling at you, but I'm not. I'm just talking loud because you won't listen to me.
Or a WWE match.
That's how we get our point across.
Somebody tune
in
up.
Our family.
Tune up. All I want to hear is the Edge music start playing. Someone comes out and hits you with the chair. I'm sparing you off the ladder.
See, fortunately, we're family, and we can get past this.
We can try.
This is the last episode of the podcast ever, guys. This is it.
Yeah, look, at least we ended on a...
He's like, I'm not coming back next week. He actually wrote, he just sent me a text. You're an asshole. I'm not coming back next week. Okay.
End quote.
End quote. That's right. I can find a replacement. His name is Dr. Bias.
Oh my God.
Dr. Bias, are you out there? Are you out there in Twitch land, Dr. Bias?
He's gearing up. He's getting the suit ready. He's like, I'm coming on.
He's like, going to the big leagues.
So now you made me tired from all this.
Oh gosh, it's just you're wrong, and it makes me very mad that I like out of all people, you have to understand that you gotta to have an opinion you have to know something about it. You can't say that book sucked but you never read it. You know,
all books suck.
I'm not much of a reader. You know that's
reading.
True. It's hard.
Like unless
who has time for that? I like books on tape.
Unless it's the guy from Reading Rainbow, then I watch it. I ain't reading nothing. Which, by the way, me and my cousin did a like nostalgia shows we watched growing up, and wow, the shows we had, like Oswald.
You guys had good shows. Like
Oswald, Clifford. Reading Rainbow, Zumba Fumu or whatever it was with the little monkey and those two dudes.
I remember that show.
Zumba Fu, D Money. I remember the days where I enjoyed reading, then I could afford to buy video games, and the rest is history. Yeah. Jason would podcast with you. Yeah, so many people would take my position.
Well, and by the same token, if you ever wanted to leave, you could find a new me. Probably one.
If I wanted to leave, I can find a new you.
Yeah, if you wanted to leave and go out on your own, you could find a new me.
I'm going solo.
Especially, he's like, I'll get somebody who's not going to yell at me on the air and tell me that my opinion is dumb.
I'll find somebody who's just like me. But no, what was I talking about? Totally like
your shows growing up as a kid.
Oh yeah, Zumba Fu, the Reading Rainbow, the Magic School Bus, and all I gotta say is the best show in the world, Dragon Tales. Best like kids show, Dragon Tales. Like that song's still stuck in my head.
You know, normally a lot of times when you give an opinion and I have a different opinion, I'm like, well, no, hold on, I'm gonna let you finish in a minute. But
I Kanye.
But I have to agree with you. Out of like your generation, Dragon Tales was a good show.
Dragon Tales was a shit.
It was a really good show. I liked the message that was in the show. The song was catchy, and there were dragons.
And I've already said this: my kids will not watch new Blue's Clues. They will watch Steve, where you had to have PhD in being an artist to draw on that little notepad. You didn't have a smartphone. I want real Blue's Clues.
Do you know why Steve quit?
I don't know.
He said he was starting to lose his hair, and that's when he got a replacement. He's like, it's just, I don't know.
Then Kevin came along. I think his name was Kevin, like the next guy.
Was it Kevin?
It was something like
it was Joe.
It was Joe. There was a
Joe.
Kevin eventually.
There was a Kevin, but Joe was on there for a little while. I liked Blue's Clues. I thought that show was cool.
Blue's Clues was great.
I watched that with your sister almost every day.
Scooby-Doo, Tom Jerry.
Yeah, all those were good, but those are like even before you.
Johnny Bravo.
Oh, I loved Johnny Bravo. Yeah.
Maybe Pretty Mama.
Look at this. See, we agree on cartoons.
Yeah, we can watch cartoons. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Yeah,
can't go wrong.
See, so far you're saying a whole bunch of stuff that I agree with.
All I gotta say is,
if they're bad, make them watch Teletubbies.
Dude, Teletubbies creep me out.
It was scary. Look at that, we're agreeing.
Teletubbies was creepy, like
scary as shit, man. What was up with that baby in the sun?
Yeah, no, Teletubbies is scary.
What is that shit?
What was the one? Hang on, I sent them a whole bunch. Like I sent them this list, and I have it actually up on Discord, which we're gonna talk about it, and that's gonna be our closing port. This nostalgia, and we want to hear.
We're gonna end on a good note where we're not screaming at each other.
In the meantime, what was your guys' favorite childhood growing up show?
What was your favorite show growing up as a kid? Cartoon, live action show, TV show that was like an actual kid show.
The Big Comfy Couch.
See, I don't think I ever watched that one.
So a lot of them didn't know, like the Big Comfy Couch, obviously, like growing up. So it's these two like clowns. It's the people with the clowns.
That would require me remembering back that far.
Yeah, like
oh come on, man, you're not that old. I know how old you are. I can remember that far
like
back.
Legends of the Hidden Temple. Great show.
That was a cool show.
Double Dare.
Yeah, Double Dare was when I was a kid. I actually went to school with someone who was on that show.
Franklin, even though Franklin
Double Dare.
She
was in our elementary school, and she was on that show, and we got to sit around at school and watch Double Dare, the episode that she was on. She didn't win, by the way, and I'll never forget her name. I'm not going to say it on the air, but I to this day I remember her name. I thought it was really cool that she was on Double Dare.
Like, what is it? The Bear and something?
Berenstain Bears.
Bear in the Big Blue House.
Bear in the Big Blue House. You know the show I didn't like was Franklin.
Dude, Franklin? They hated that kid. That was like that was the kid version of Everybody Hates Chris.
And the one with the two rabbits.
Oh, it's Max and Ruby.
I could not stand that show.
That kid was
I
an
wanted
asshole.
to choke the life out of Max so hard. If he was a rabbit, I'd ate rabbit stew. Like if he was a real rabbit.
Top 100 kid shows.
So yeah, let's see. Shocker says Johnny Bravo was a show. That show was great.
I used to love.
And
Tom
I think
Jerry.
most of us can agree that the Teletubbies was a creepy ass show.
Teletubbies was creepy. I don't care what you say when the baby would pop up like. I'm
It
like,
was
no,
creepy.
I'm good.
It-
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls was sweet. Max and Ruby. Oh my god, that was a rough one. You're not wrong. Ren and Stimpy.
Courage the Cowardly Dog should
You
not
can
have
watch-
been a kid show.
You can watch it on Boomerang. That show is so good. It's like the weirdest version of Scooby Doo ever. Only there's no annoying mysteries being solved.
I never watched a lot of Barney, but I know a lot of people that
I
did.
liked Rugrats.
Are You Afraid of the
Are
Dark?
You Afraid of the Dark?
Good one. Goosebumps.
I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh.
Beyblade.
He's like, I remember Ed, and Eddie.
See,
Plank was my boy, man. Like, I loved that show.
remember when they used to wheel in the big ass TV on the fucking cart and watch Bill Nye at Magic School Bus?
Oh my god.
Now they just pop it up on the projector.
It's like cheating.
Like we used to have to watch it on a 32-inch TV. You guys get to watch it on 110 inches of beautiful color. Dexter's Laboratory. GD, get out of my laboratory.
See, I pointed a good one. Teletubbies was the ultimate of WTF watching. You're not wrong.
Caillou. Forgot about that one.
I didn't like that show.
Caillou. That dude was a whiner. Recess.
No, I couldn't get into Recess.
Care
either.
Bears. Man, so many good shows. Dragon Ball Z, obviously.
That's still listed as a kid show?
Yeah.
Man, I still watch that show.
The Amanda Show. All that.
He's actually on the internet right now, like just like looking
Yeah,
up shows right now.
Little Bear. I forgot about Little Bear.
Little Bear was alright. But Max and Ruby, my god.
Power Rangers. Have to look. How is Beavis and Butthead a kid show?
There's no way Beavis and Butthead is an actual kid show. That show is for everybody that was not a kid.
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Oh, great
I
one.
like Bill Nye.
Roly Poly Oly.
I liked Roly Poly Oly. You know that one show that your sister used to watch all the time that used to creep me out a
Oswald.
little bit was Ubi.
Ubi. Okay.
She used to watch Ubi with the hand puppets where they had like the little eyeballs on their hands. And they're like, Ubi. And I'm like, stop it. You're scaring me. And I had nightmares about those damn hand puppets with the eyeballs. The one night I was like, we got to watch anything else. So she put on Max and Ruby.
Cow and Chicken was not a kid show.
No, that show was weird too.
Like the Devil, when that thing come out, that went from like a G show to like a PG-13 real quick.
Well,
Pinky
I
and the
mean, like
Brain.
Powerpuff Girls was kind of like weird too. Like their villain, him.
Or the hot secretary
Yeah, the hot secretary.
that you didn't see her face ever. You just saw.
No, what was her name? Miss Bellum.
Yeah, you just always saw her boobs and her butt. That's it.
He
Her
said,
little
what about
chocolate
that one
boobs.
with the physics teacher?
You mean Bill Nye the Science Guy?
No,
The physics teacher.
Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron wasn't a physics teacher.
No, he was really smart though.
He was the physics kid.
Wow Wow Wubsy?
Yep, I know that one.
I don't know that one.
Zumba Foo.
He said there was a one with the physics teacher. He was like British or English or something. A physics teacher?
I'm trying to
Mr.
think.
Wizard?
I don't know.
That was before you.
The
Uh,
Jetson. A Lazy Town.
Oh, I liked Lazy Town. I thought the show was cool.
The freaking Doodle Bops, those clowns.
I don't
They
remember
used to
that.
play the Wiggles. Did you? Speaking of the guy from
the Wiggles.
Speaking-
Man, he went OG with the Wiggles.
Speaking of the Wiggles is actually kind of sad. So the Wiggles went to Australia to do like a support like the wildfires that are going on in Australia. The one dude went into, the guy that wears the yellow shirt, the main singer, went into cardiac arrest on stage.
Wow.
He lived.
That's good.
Yeah.
I got no hate for the Wiggles.
the Wiggles. Yeah.
There used to be this show that was on when I was a kid. And I think it was on Nickelodeon, but I can't remember. And it was called
Remember Jackie Chan Adventures?
I don't. It was called Today's Special, and it was the creepiest show ever because the opening thing was like that movie Mannequin. So I don't remember all of it, but I remember the guy wearing like a striped shirt and he had curly hair and he was a mannequin in a window, and then they would come in and like this little beam of a starlight or something came in and it would like bring him to life, and it used to scare the crap out of me because I was like, I was scared of mannequins.
Yeah.
Like from that point on, I was like, and then I saw the movie Mannequin in the 80s. I was like, all mannequins are people for real and they're just waiting to come to life.
So, one of our viewers doesn't like Pee Wee Herman. He said when I watched Pee Wee Herman's Great Adventure, this is Noah, by the way. I figured I'd talk about it because we were talking about it the other day.
He doesn't
said
like Pee-wee?
He doesn't like Pee Wee because of Large Marge. When they're in the truck, and she's like, tell him that Large Marge sent you. And like her face, he's like, that forever creeped me out. I was like, The only part that creeped me out in that movie, like, yeah, the large Marge thing was a little scary, but it was when the clowns took his bicycle.
Oh, that was okay. So he said Danny Phantom.
Yeah.
I never watched that one, but yeah. Okay, so bit of trivia. You may or may not know this. Do you know why Pee-wee's Big Adventure is such a weird movie?
Because it's based on a true story.
No, it's actually directed by Tim Burton.
Oh.
And that's why it's weird. Because
all
all the sequels and like the spin-off movies and whatnot, they're not weird like that. But it's all like dark, and that's that large Marge when her face gets all messed up.
Yeah.
The clowns and that's Tim Burton. Like that's classic Tim Burton. He did Pee-wee before he did Batman.
Yeah.
And before he did, I want to say it was right before Beetlejuice.
Francis.
But that's why Pee-wee's Big Adventure is so freaking weird. It's because of Tim Burton.
My dad said I can have anything I want. Oh, isn't that nice? I want your bike. Ha ha.
I don't make monkeys. I only train them.
Thundercats.
I like Thundercats. That was before you.
Saved by the Bell. Full House. Always a good one.
Alf. I liked Alf. But yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Now, I liked the other movies and the spinoffs and stuff. Like, they had a sequel on Netflix, and it was actually really funny.
Tales of the Crypt is not a kid's show.
No, dude, I think you're looking at the wrong list.
Bob the Builder. Forgot that one.
Bob the Builder.
Oh, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. The dude with the red polka dots.
How did you guys watch all this TV? I was a kid. I didn't watch that much TV.
I used to love Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. The Addams Family one was good. Freakazoid. Remember that one?
I do remember Freakazoid.
Fresh Prince. Yep. Sister. That's like the top 200 now.
Yeah, Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom's a good one. Oh, Spot. You know what? What was your favorite kids book? Like, I'm talking like real kids book.
Like when I was a kid?
Yeah. Mine's still the same. Like, it doesn't change.
Honestly, when I was a kid, I'd say that probably my favorite book that I ever, well, I didn't know how to read it, but it had been read to me a couple of times, was Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham. I loved that book.
Mine is The Hungry Caterpillar.
Well, it'd either be that or, no, I gotta take that one back. It's Bunnicula.
Oh, I was about to say, if you say Rainbow Fish.
No, it was Bunnicula. Punch. And a lot of people don't remember Bunnicula, but then I was talking about The Mouse on the Motorcycle.
Yeah.
Did you ever read The Mouse on the Motorcycle?
Nope.
So, Hallow Olympian came in and with the...
Half Olympian.
Half Olympian.
Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door.
Yep.
Pinky Doodle Doo.
I don't know that.
I don't know that one.
No, my
Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah,
yep.
My favorite growing up was the very hungry caterpillar.
No,
caterpillar.
I don't know that
one. Or something. It's a Dr. Seuss book, As Far As We'll Go or something like that.
Yep. I don't remember what it's called, but I know which one you're talking about.
Away We Go or
something like that.
Yeah.
I liked the one. I liked Bunnicula. That was the one where the animals thought that the rabbit was a vampire. And I think they turned it into a cartoon, actually. I think it's on Netflix now, but the book was pretty good. But Mouse and the Motorcycle, I was talking about this. I didn't realize that book was that old.
Do they even read books to kids anymore?
I don't think so.
Like, I wish they need to bring back, like, I remember reading time in preschool. Like,
I remember when I was even
like they would take you to the library.
I remember being in like 4th, 5th grade and still having like our teacher read us books, because I want to say I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and our one teacher read us all 5 books from the High King series, which, if you don't know what that is, which by the look on your face you don't, did you ever see the Disney movie The Black Cauldron?
Yes.
So that's the second book in the High King series. Why they started there, I don't know. But she read all 5 books to us over the course of the school year, and it was one of the best book series I ever got read to me. I never actually read it myself.
Was there a book called The Magic Tree House?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that one. That was like the big, like, if you had the full collection of the Magic Tree House, you were definitely going to get an extra juice box at lunchtime.
Like it was going to happen.
Yeah, but
Land Before Time. Yeah, that's probably before you too.
Yeah. What was it? That's the one with the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. I absolutely loved pop-up books when I was like in 3rd grade. Like, I just like opened them up. Like,
they're so cool. That's when the Octopath Traveler came out with the special edition.
Yeah.
The thing inside basically has like a pop-up book. I was like, I gotta have that. That's so cool.
Man, yeah, they don't even. I would love to go to, like, not to sound like a pedophile or anything. I would love to go to like a 1st grade classroom and see what they do. Like, do they actually like?
That doesn't make you a pedophile, because you like to go. You want to hang out.
I want to go watch.
You want to have story time. You don't care about the kids. You want to go have story time.
I literally want to be like Adam Sandler when he goes back to school and he's sitting on the carpet and everybody's passed out. You're telling me?
So does the dog die or what? You know.
They just gave up.
You're supposed to be asleep right now.
They just gave up.
Speaking of Adam Sandler, you know that guy is probably going to get Oscar.
Yeah,
like
for
nominated.
Gems, yeah.
At least nominated.
They just gave up. No, you get your ass up off the porch and you go find them.
Oh man, that's one of my all-time favorite movies.
If you don't like Billy Madison, Back to School to Prove to My Dad I'm Not a Fool.
It's like it's weird too.
Where's my snack bag?
the humor in that is very weird too, kind of dark.
Yeah.
But it was weird. But Chris Farley was in that as he was the school bus driver, and I think it's one of my favorite roles he ever played. He's like, so yeah, me and her, we got it on. No, you didn't. Well, me and a buddy. No, but you can imagine what it's like. Am I right? Am I right?
Somebody ate all 36 kids' lunches.
They're all sitting around looking high off their asses, like eating sandwiches. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to watch Happy Madison or Billy Gilmore. Billy Gilmore and Happy Madison. I want to watch those. Billy Madison. That's the name of their company, right? Happy Madison.
Yeah, something like that.
For their production studio.
Dude, so many good shows. The nostalgia.
See, look, we end on a high note. We forget all about, for fuck's sake, Lab. Shh. Don't judge me, D-Money.
Welcome.
I know that guy. He's on mine. I think this is one of the first of the podcasts he's ever come to like chat. So, welcome aboard.
Yeah.
It's usually not this chaotic. It's usually a little more organized.
I wouldn't say we were chaotic today.
Except for that part where I went off on you for 10 minutes.
That wasn't chaotic though. That was a strict debate. I'm usually lurking. Well, we appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate like the input, honestly. I mean, this is one of my oldest friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting better with chatters. You guys have been awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, you guys actually are talking a lot more. Like, the viewership staying pretty consistent, like, around that 12, 15 viewer range. And then, like, you guys are just chatting up a storm.
This is the most popular thing that we do.
I would say so. Just because I think everybody can get into it. I think sometimes it's hard. Because if you're playing a certain game, somebody might not get into it.
So 2020 goals. What is your this will probably be like the last topic we cover. Because we were going to cover that Magic is going to Epic Games, but no one cares.
No one cares. 2020 goals.
What are your 2020 gaming goals? Do you have like specific goals that you're wanting to accomplish? Not just streaming, but your gaming goals. You said you had like 1,200 hours of Call of Duty. Are you wanting to branch out, play some different stuff, or are you kind of wanting to divide your time evenly, or try games you're not used to playing? What's your plans?
So I've been playing League of Legends a lot. I'm kind of getting back into that. Fortnite I'm getting back into. And just streaming overall, just being more consistent with it. And, just finding time to play games. Just any game, really. I mean, trying them out. Like, tried out Stardew. Didn't think I was even going to like it. Loved it. I don't know. Just, if games come across my way, I'm going to play them. But, I don't know. Just kind of... You
have any games that you know for 100% are coming out this year that you're actually looking
Animal
forward
Crossing, without a doubt.
Besides Animal Crossing. We're both on board for Animal Crossing.
Warcraft 3 Reforged.
If there's any actual multiplayer in that, my life's done. I'm serious.
We're going to be literally just sitting here. You won't even see us talking to you
We're
guys.
We're just going to stream Animal Crossing while we're on here.
We're just going to have creepy laughs. I'm like, yeah,
I got an apple tree. Yeah.
Yeah, there won't actually be any conversations. But, 2020 goals, just keep up with the streams, keep consistent, because it's nice to be back because you see the growth. Like, you see people consistently coming back. People like Shocker, he's one of my mods now. Polar comes back to the stream, Little Beastly. Like, those 4 or 5 guys always in the stream every single time it's on. Whether it's leaving a tab, chatting, doing something to help me. And, they're an awesome group. And just kind of growing the podcast. I mean, it's crazy that we really don't promote crazy amount. I mean, we do an okay job, but we're still gaining.
It's very minimal.
We gain subscribers every week. Like, our goal is
at least 1 or 2.
Yeah, our goal was by the end of the year to average like 25, 30 viewers.
And we're like halfway there.
And before, we were only averaging like 6 people. And
when we first started, it was like
2,
your mom,
3.
Your dad was actually watching on the same screen, so we were only really getting 1 view.
Yeah.
Jason would show up. Julia would show up.
We would average like consistent 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
And then 2020 hit. Like, pretty much December to now, we've almost doubled in our numbers. So,
but it's been consistent. We've been on every week.
Yeah, we don't miss a week because we're trying to go for the tuxedo.
We're going for tuxedo party at 100 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then because you said 2022 is when we'll have a Christmas will fall on a podcast day.
I think both Christmas
Yeah.
Day and New Year's.
Yeah, so
Or maybe it's Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. I don't remember, but it's coming up in the next couple of years if we're still on. I'm hoping that we're still going to be on.
The only way we're not on is if we're dead.
Yeah, like because we really enjoyed doing this. And
we got like logos and merchandise. We put time into it.
It's funny though because he said originally like we want to debate stuff, and today we had like our first debate, and I feel like I won.
We'll go with that answer. You can't judge it based on non-experience in it. So I didn't really debate back with you. I just said the movie sucked.
Yeah, and
you gave me all the reasons why it didn't. Well, not why it didn't suck. You just said you can't judge it.
Oh. You never heard me say that it didn't suck. There were definitely parts of it that sucked. Yeah, and you're going to go into it going, that sucked, that sucked. But Tom Hardy was... When Tom Hardy's not in the Venom suit, like, he's funny. He's actually a really funny guy.
But that is my 2020 goals. What about you?
2020 goals. I need to grow my stream. I'm getting, like, followers periodically. I'm only picking up, like, maybe one a week or so. But actually, the growth on my Facebook channel has stopped. So anyone that's on Facebook that lurks around and you haven't liked or followed, do both. Please do both. Because I actually can see a lot more stuff when I hit 100 likes. I hit my follower goal of over 100, but I only have 95 people who like my page. I have 134 followers, but 95 likes. Get me to 100 so I can see what's going on. And then I'm multi-streaming. Now I'm on Twitch and stuff, and I've had a lot of positive experiences there. That's where the one guy came in with the Pokemon stream. So that's my goal, is just continue to try to do more stuff streaming. That's my thing. Continue to do this because we have a lot of fun doing this. And my own personal goals outside of my streaming stuff, I want to play more games. Just hands down, I feel like
isn't that every gamer stream?
I feel like I could have spent more time playing games and didn't because I have so many games. Sometimes it's like I don't even know what to do. When it would have been better to just throw a game in, start playing it, and then I would have at least got time in on the game. As it is, a lot of times I think too much. Well, I'm going to play this. No, I'd rather play this. No, I think I want to play that other game. Maybe I could play this new game. Ooh, what just came out? Then I spend 20 or 30 minutes on the eShop or the store looking for something new to play. When I'm like, stupid, you have like a ton of games. My PlayStation stats were like 55 games played this year. My Nintendo Switch thing said I had 49 games played. Not beat, just played. Yeah. So between those two, not counting anything I played on PC, that's over 100 games.
Yeah.
Right there that I at least tried. As far as games finished, I did finish 7 games, but this year I want to actually complete. I feel like I could do double.
Easily.
My one friend got me really motivated, though. I know that she's not actually out there watching, but I'm going to get her on the stream one time. She's very cool. She's from, I want to say, Ireland. She's super nice.
From the lands.
And her stats were like, she had like 1,200 hours game time in. Yeah. And she had 265 hours in one game. She earned 22 platinum trophies on PlayStation this year. She platinums almost everything she plays.
By the way, Kansas City is winning. Score update. And Spartan, thank you. How many Steam games do you have? Every Steam game I have, I've at least put almost 25, 30 hours in.
You're better than I am because I have
Well,
not.
Just because like I only buy games on Steam that I know I'm going to play. Like the one game I bought was free. I can't remember what it's called. It's basically like Dead by Daylight, but it's different because like the monsters or the people that are trying to kill you they look just like you, and when the lights go out, they become monsters. They try to kill you, but you try to figure it out.
How many games do I have sitting in my
Gary's
library?
Mod's probably the only one I haven't played. I think I only have like 25 games.
Honestly, I don't have that many Steam games. I just now started buying PC games. I was looking through, my list looks really long, but a lot of it are free games that came out, or they were free programs. I didn't have to pay for them. Actual games that I have bought.
Sean says if we put a chick on here, our views will double. I mean, we can show more cleavage.
Well, here's the thing. That's another thing where I talked to my one friend who's actually not here, and I'm going to give her crap about it later, Trudy. She said that she really wants to be on the show in some capacity for at least an episode. Whether she has to call in, show up, one of the two. No lie, she's probably one of our biggest fans.
Yeah.
That's not to say that you guys aren't. You guys definitely 100% are hurt because you're here every week. But she actually talks about our show to, well, anyone that will listen about it.
And that's nice. And we've gotten better at that. When we go places together, we talk about our show to the people we're with. Like, we got a guy that was at Max and Irma's. Like, we talked to the bartender.
So I'd say, like, Jesus, how many games on Steam? I probably have about 10, maybe 15 games on there.
Yeah.
D Money says, I have zero idea how many games I own. I have no idea how many games I actually own. I have about 120 or 130 Switch games. And I have probably 200 PlayStation games, probably. PlayStation 4 games. Yeah, that's not counting my Wii games, my Wii U games, my GameCube games, my N64 games, or my Xbox 360 games, or my DS and my 3DS games. I have a lot of games.
You're never gonna beat them all.
No, and that's the thing. I was talking to Janet about it today. I said, I could not buy another game through the entirety of 2020. Not buy any brand new game. And I could play a different game every day and never play the same game twice.
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
Oh, for sure.
Like, not even hard. I could go through 2/3 of the year just on PlayStation alone and probably round it out on Switch and never touch my old games. Yeah. That's just this gen stuff.
Yeah, it's insane how many games you have. The mailman freaked me out. With PS5, you can add all-gen games. Yeah,
I'm excited for that because I don't actually have I don't have any games for my PS2 and none from PS1. I might still have a copy of Symphony of Night around here somewhere, but I doubt it.
Digimon Time.
I don't know. The thing that's making me nervous about PS5 is they're not telling us enough stuff about it.
Did you see it? Did you see what it looked like?
I saw what it looked like. It looks
like a spaceship.
It looks weird. It does look like it's going to take off.
If it sounds anything like my PS4, it does sound like it's going to take off. Now, if that's the case, there's no reason not to keep Twitch integration.
I'm sorry?
Oh, with the PS5. He's saying, like, keep Twitch integration on the PS5. Yeah, you're going to have that. Like, they started integrating Facebook into Twitch, or Facebook, Twitch, and all that streaming stuff. Like, the consoles are getting better. They're trying to get them just as fast as computers.
They will be, but the thing is it's outdated tech by the time it usually comes out.
By the time it comes out and the next one will come out, computers have already upgraded 2 times as the speed and even faster.
But when this generation comes out, it's going to be pretty close to top tier gaming systems. Not the top, but it'll be like the ones that are like 1 or 2 tiers low that like still run everything amazing.
Yeah.
And they really won't start feeling the hurt for 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, you really can't go wrong. And
as far as the integration, PlayStation's got rid of Facebook integration. There's none.
Yeah.
It still has Twitch integration, and it still has
YouTube, I think.
YouTube.
Yeah. Like I said, it's up in the air.
I want to see them do more. I want to see them do more integration with Twitch, more integration with YouTube, more integration with social media, more integration with your Instagram and whatever. I mean, you already log into all that.
It's got to be faster.
It's got to be way faster. As long as it's faster, that's fine. Now, I streamed a few times on just the native PlayStation, and it was fine. The only thing you lack is the webcam, and you can't really customize your overlays easily.
Yeah, no, I think they need to add some way where if you could somehow make a Streamlabs on PS4, PS5, or Xbox and stuff, I think that would be perfect. Imagine if you could be a streamer and you didn't have to have all the expensive tech. Like, I think it's stupid that you can't plug a webcam into your PS4 unless it's the PS4 webcam.
I agree. And I told you, I don't know that Stadia is the way, because they've kind of bombed right now. But I think that the idea is there.
Yeah.
Their tech works. I've played it. It works great. Yeah. It actually works amazing.
Yeah, and kind of to go along with Spartan's question, the reason why they don't make upgradable consoles is because how do you put a price point on it?
They have modders, though. There are PS4s out there right now rocking SSDs.
Yeah, you can put an SSD, you can put any drive into that thing if you know what you're doing.
If you know how you do it.
But is it profit-based? 100%. If they came in and were like, okay, we're going to sell you this, so the standard PS4, kind of slower, I'm going to make the PS4 Pro. That goes 60 frames instead of 30. I've doubled your frames. People will go out, drop another $400. So now you have almost almost $900 just in equipment. When, in all honesty, you drop another $300, you get a powerful freaking PC. That's what people got to realize. Like,
see, you guys all said you can drop $1,000 to get a great computer.
You could have a PC that is faster than a PS4, faster in that $1,200 range, even $900 range. You would have a faster PC than a $900 PS4.
But barely.
Barely. But what
the thing is when you guys talk about, well, you can get a baddest gaming computer for $900. Yeah, but it's not going to run everything.
Yeah.
If you want something that's going to run everything, you might as well just be prepared to spend $2,000.
But
minimum. That's what you're going to pay.
But profit based, yes, is 100% for consoles. They will sell you on anything they can. Like I said, you know, whether it's buying a PC, everything. So like, it's profit. They will look for any way. If they're like, oh my god, we're going to give you double the memory.
Yeah. He says his full rig was $1,200 from Micro Center.
Yeah,
he's a bargain shopper.
Exactly,
and there's nothing wrong with that. I guarantee you got good deals. You knew what to shop for. You knew what to find as far as alternatives. You didn't have some guy saying you need this because it's the best. Yeah. That's great, but you have knowledge. But the average person, it's $2,000. That's just what's going to cost.
You have no custom. If they were selling custom PS4s and PS5s, you might as well just go to the computer age then. At that point,
I dropped over $2,000 in mine.
Yeah,
but I wanted it.
But it
was all customized stuff that I wanted.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't understand this. If they made custom PS4s, imagine the advantage you would do, especially in competitive play. So like Call of Duty, it's not played on PCs, which I think it should be. You still should have to plug in a controller, fine, whatever. But it should play on those servers, those hertz and stuff like that. But what you have right now is you play on PS4s. So imagine if a guy just has a better PS4 so the game runs better, and then you get smoked because of equipment. Then it comes down to equipment.
Well, that's the thing, too. That's the reason the consoles have become so popular. Every PS4 runs the game pretty much the same. Mm-hmm. The difference between the Pro and the old one is not so significant that it matters a lot most of the time. They're still both rocking 60 frames per second on most games. Yep. You're talking load times are different, and resolution is a little bit different.
Yep.
That's about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but when you buy a new PS4, it's $400 or $500. When you buy the PS4 Pro, now they're $400 or $500. Now, obviously, if you go and sell your old one, yeah, you're going to get some money back. So it's not as bad. You know, it's like paying $130 for an upgrade.
I've noticed that my laptop plays Fortnite quicker than my PS4.
100%.
It should.
100%, because you're capped at 60 FPS. So if anything happens to where you drop below it, you're going to have skips, you're going to have frame rate drops, you're going to have a ton of stuff. And it's a lot of power.
They have to make that system work for all PS4s, including the OG ones.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying.
But does Fortnite run fine on PS4?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It runs on it just fine.
Yeah, but if you played PC Fortnite on a, we'll say, semi-decent computer, I mean, nothing high end, you won't go back because you're like, it's too different. It's like playing on a, 60 hertz monitor versus a 144 hertz monitor. You will notice a difference.
Well, I mean, just because it runs on the Switch or the PS4 or the Xbox doesn't mean that it's going to run as well as on a gaming PC.
Yep.
It can't.
Yep.
That's just the way that it is. Now the PS4 Pro, does it run them a little bit better? Does the Xbox One X, SW, whatever, does it run them better? Yeah.
Is it worth it? That's what you have to think.
Is it worth it? At that point, no. I don't. See, now I was big into this console generation. I actually have a PS4 and a PS4 Pro. I bought both.
I bought them both. Now I did sell my PS4.
I actually still have both of mine.
I sold my PS4 because I could still get a good.
But I've got to the point now where I have so many games on my portable hard drive that I hate taking the portable hard drive from this and plugging in that play on the TV. So I was like, I think I'm just going to get a different portable hard drive. I'm just going to get a separate one. It's cheaper. Yeah, it's a cheaper alternative and less frustrating to just have one for that and have one for that.
Oh, for sure. You can't go wrong. And now, like I said, if you know what you're doing, you're fine. But if they start doing upgradable consoles, then I think you just look at a PC at that point. Because
consoles are going to go like one of two directions in the future. And we pretty much know this. They're either going to die completely, and they're going to give you basically like a streaming box.
Yeah.
Like a new version of a Roku or whatever, and you're just going to stream your games to them. They're going to basically take the technology that Google started and perfect it, but we knew that was probably going to happen.
And if, like I said, the market for it, you don't want to see, like a graphics card market where, oh my God, somebody figured out a way to make money using graphics cards, and now they're $200 more expensive than what they should be. Like,
we all know that streaming is the future. We stream every other form of media.
Yeah, cable's gone.
For the most part, there's people that still have it.
They have cable, but it's streamed cable.
Yeah, I mean, I stream my cable outside to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't watch it on the actual live cable feed anymore. I stream it. Yeah. But we stream our music.
Netflix.
We stream our videos. We stream our movies. We stream our books.
Game Pass on Xbox is streamed.
The PS Now, which is not as good as the Xbox one. I mean, everything is streaming right now.
Can't go wrong.
So gaming is going to be the streaming and gaming is going to be the future. That we all know that. Yep. You're not going to probably have discs. You're not going to probably have consoles. Places like GameStop are going to go out of business.
No PC now gets built with a disc.
You're not going to need it.
You don't need it. No.
Because you can download it, and I'm telling you, it's not going to be long. You're just going to stream it. For the people who don't have those powerful rigs but have a good internet connection.
Yep.
Stadia, the idea behind it is the future. Is that going to be the company that does it? No. Yep. I don't think that is the way that it is. But their tech works. If you haven't played it, sign up for your free account. Try it. It doesn't cost anything. Try it. It's really good. It is. But you're at the mercy of, I can't play my stuff when the internet's down. But you know what? I've been at the mercy of that for this entire console gen because I don't own a single disc that I play regularly on my PS4. I can't play my PS4 if the internet's down.
Saves a lot of space.
It does.
We'll say that. But here's the thing that sucks when it comes to that. Internet goes out, you're hosed.
It does. But
that's the only negative side. So I would say that's about it. I mean, if your internet's bad, you probably won't be able to stream it. But who knows? Technology in the future might not require as much.
I don't know.
But for right now,
they might tie it
hard.
into your mobile lines, especially when that 5G tech comes out, like the real 5G tech.
Who knows?
Like that stuff is fast.
Who knows, guys? Like seriously, there's so much endless possibilities. We'll call it that.
The future's going to be good. But are you going on PS5 this gen, or are you going Xbox? Or are you skipping this console generation altogether and just going to stick with PC?
I mean, I'll probably pick up a PS5 or an Xbox. I don't know yet. So it just depends. But Mountain Goat 900, yes, I do remember you. Old Fortnite friend.
He says 5G will change everything. And
for sure. Yeah. Anytime new technology that comes out that's faster, you will forever change. When they said they were going to
that's just it. It's not just like a little faster.
It's
like a lot faster.
It's just like when fiber was announced, people lost their noodle
because it wasn't just a little faster. It was a lot faster.
Yeah, it's not even close. But Polar and Mountain Goat, you guys coming in a little late. I mean, we actually went over.
We actually went over a lot today, but I feel like we were talking. We had some good conversation going, and I didn't really feel like shutting it off.
So we got to kind of wrap it up. Because we are going to get into that point where we're almost at the 2 hour mark right now.
Yeah, we almost went 2 hours today. That's crazy.
Yeah, but
it was like 20 minutes of me yelling at you. So
yeah, it's all good. But guys, quick recap. I'm going to kind of run through it real quick. We talked about Warcraft, like bad release dates, people that are notorious for postponing things and stuff like that. Google. We talked about internet advancements. 5G may be coming out. Who knows? PS5, Xbox.
I personally think 5G is the future. I think that you're just going to tie everything in through your mobile data. Honestly, I think your house and everything will have it.
Yeah, we talked about not judging movies until you watch them, even though they might be bad.
Not just movies.
Heated debates. Go back and watch that.
It has to go with games, books, everything. You can't make the declaration that it's bad if you haven't seen it, read it, listened to it, played it.
I tried Ring Fit. That was actually really fun. I highly recommend it to anybody, no matter what your physical activity, weight, whatever. Just do it, just to have fun. And I think that's it. I can't remember everything.
Gaming delays. Basically,
delays.
all the big Square
I already said that one.
Delays.
I don't even know what I've missed. We talked about so much stuff, I can't remember it all.
Yeah, and we were like, we don't know what we're going to talk about.
If you want to know what we talked about, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to YouTube.
You're going to watch that video. You're going to
watch it over again.
You're going to watch, like, and subscribe.
Yep.
And then when you're done watching it there, the whole 2 hours, you're going to go over to Twitch and catch the replay video, another 2 hours, follow, like on both of us. Then you're going to go to Facebook. If you're not on there, you're going to follow Nick Displays Games, and I don't have any donation stuff set up.
And use your Twitch Prime on Beer Coach. He doesn't have
your money.
He doesn't have monetization yet. So Twitch Primes, you know where to drop them. But yeah, it was a good week.
It was.
We went on not knowing exactly what we were talking about, and this is the longest podcast.
This is the longest podcast we've ever done.
So
we were like, we're gonna, no lie. This is what we said we were going to talk about. Magic on Epic Games, which we didn't even talk about.
Delays.
Game delays and Spider-Man.
And that was it.
That was it. 2 hours later.
And we're here. But guys, we seriously appreciate all the love. Thank you guys for all coming in. Mountain Goat, hope to see you soon again. I know it's been a while. Hopefully you're doing well. Polar, welcome back.
Tune in next week. We will be giving away digital code.
Either PC version, whichever one you have.
Whichever one you have. If you want to play with us, you're going to need Switch.
Yep. And if you don't have either or,
All too easy.
we might have to do a redraw or something. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
I just got a whole bunch of like reactions from stuff that popped up, like every reaction code.
Well, Janet liked it.
No, it came up angry face, sad face, surprise face, happy face. It all popped up on the side.
We missed it. Thank you, whoever.
But
did
yes,
that.
next week, we will be giving out Stardew Valley code.
Yep.
So if that sounds like a game that will be interesting to you and you want to play it, you got a chance to get one free next week.
Yep. So guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. Episode 25 is in the books.
25, we did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
One quarter of the way to episode 100 Tuxedo. You know, we're gonna be looking fly. We're gonna kind of look like some stepbrothers, like Will Ferrell and them when they.
Can
went
we
to
get the
travel.
cool tuxedos? I mean,
Oh no! Like this is gonna be legit.
okay.
Like there will
Like
be
James Bond
there,
tuxes, or
there'll be
Dumb and
like
Dumber
champagne.
tuxes?
They're gonna be champagne. We're gonna be popping bottles.
It's
of
gonna
shit.
happen. We're gonna get shut down because we're gonna play so much copyrighted music
Oh,
that they're gonna be like, "You guys can't do that."
Yep. But you guys are awesome. Hopefully working on getting some special guests. Merch is on the way. Guys, if you guys are looking for that, feel free to DM me. I have the code. And also, I think they're sending me some 10% off coupons that I can send out to people. So
And if you want to be a guest on the show,
you
either
have to talk to us.
either physically or via a phone conversation of some type.
You have to pass the interview.
You have to let us know.
Interview.
We're not just going to go, "Oh, you know what? That guy's here every week. We should let him come on the show." You have to say, "I kind of want to be on the show. That would be fun."
Yep.
And we will do that.
And you have to know what you're talking about.
I actually don't even care if they know what they're talking about.
There'll be a test.
I don't even care.
But thank you guys.
You can know nothing.
Yep. But thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Until next time, the nerds are going to stay classy and we're going to have fun. And we'll see you next Sunday. Check out all of us, turn notifications on, so that way you guys can see our own personal live streams. And till next time, we love you. And I might have to cuddle with him after this, after he yelled at me. So
It's fine.
thank you guys so much, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
You want to hit him with the commercial before we go?
Commercial, okay.
Give him the newscast one.
No, we did that time.
Yeah, but that other one gets us muted.
Okay, fine. You get the news back.
Give the newscast.
But
This
we're going
is
to mute this.
Tunnel
and we'll do the
Television's
extra.
Breaking News.
Appreciate it, guys.
Good evening, folks. We interrupt your social media scrolling to bring you live coverage from the murder scenes up at Camp Crystal Lake. Vera Coach is on the scene. Vera Coach, are you there? Can you hear us? Are you out there? What's going on, man?
Thank you, Nictus. This is Vera Coach reporting live from the scene, where we have 3 murdered victims, still no suspects, but hey, we're getting there. And as we talk with police, you can see from the house over here. Come get the shot, come on. Jason. Do you know what happened here? So, we're still obviously still looking at the house with the 3 murdered victims. We got Jason here, live with the interview. Can you give us any word of what may have happened here? Jason doesn't like to talk much. He might be a little camera shy. Sorry, folks at home. Can you tell us anything? Anything at all? Have you been watching Those Two Nerds at 4 o'clock Eastern on Sunday? You heard it here first, guys. Jason watches Those Two Nerds, but still no suspects. Stay tuned for more breaking news.
Wow, that's powerful journalism, folks. Thanks, Vera Coach, for risking life and limb, getting that killer exclusive first ever interview of Jason Voorhees, basically confirming what we all knew. Those Two Nerds are awesome. So this is Nictus from Those Two Nerds saying, go watch us live, 4 o'clock on Sundays. Have a good night.